wake up!
You guys really are like the hip-hop early morning, late night talk show.
Breakfast Club is the most powerful, popular urban radio show in America.
Made it! Live from the Black Mothership in New York City, it's DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God.
It's different, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what y'all talking about.
Thank you, y'all. Be blessed, I love y'all.
Collectively known as
Breakfast Club, bitches!
I'm always nervous when I do the Breakfast Club because sometimes you say stuff and it's just gonna get you in trouble.
Everybody wake up!
All right.
Good morning, USA!
Yo, 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Yes, it's Thursday. We got our guest co-host with us, Loren Lorosa. Welcome back.
Good morning, everybody.
How you
That really
feeling?
wakes me up every time you do that.
How are you, Loren?
I'm doing great. I'm
Good.
so happy to be back.
I'm so happy to have you back because this man over here, Rashawn, has been struggling all week reporting all these breakup stories. Even though he loves to do it.
I don't.
I
Even
saw
though
you
he
pull out the
loves to
fan.
do
You
it.
got your fan today?
Oh, my God.
No, I'm not. My fan's retired when you here.
Well, I mean, you can still fan because it's a lot going on today with some stuff.
Oh,
Well, I'm
my
glad you
God.
got it and not me.
Yeah, it's a little heat today. You might need that fan.
'Cause it was so difficult yesterday
No, it
reporting that
wasn't.
Kim
He
K.
called, when, he
No, it
called you,
wasn't.
when he called you Rashana, I was like, that's a little crazy.
He called me, yeah.
But it's the truth, though. And then when the mics go off, he goes, you don't think Odell and Kim is a good couple? I'm like, I don't care.
Lauren, do you really
You know
think
what I'm
that?
saying?
Like, do you think my head would
No.
move like
Why
that?
do you think
No.
Jeezy and Jenny Ma broke up? I don't know, and I don't
No,
care.
it's not true. That's a lie.
You
That is a
shot-
lie.
Is that what you said in the group chat? Like, you shot that out? Like,
Yes.
No, that's a lie.
Yes, soon
no,
as the
that's a
mic's
lie.
closed. Soon as the mic's
that is, if you believe him.
You really don't want to talk about this? No, I don't want to talk about this. Okay? So I'm happy you're here, Lauren.
How you feel about Jeannie and Jeezy, though? Like,
Think
were
about
you
it.
rooting for them?
Now you got somebody to talk to about it. Go ahead.
Was I rooting for them?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Jeezy.
See,
Jeezy.
exactly.
I love Jeezy.
Jeezy's the homie. If he's in love, he's in love. I root for anyone. All my friends do love. I love love.
Well, I'm so sorry they broke your heart.
Ask Charlamagne that.
I don't care.
Jeezy.
Oh, what do you mean?
Jeezy, were you rooting for Jeezy and Jeannie Mai?
Rooting?
Yeah, like, did you want them to, people were like, oh my God, we never seen him, like.
Listen, man, I want everybody to be happy.
See?
So if you find somebody that you love and that person loves you, I want you to be happy.
That doesn't sound genuine, but.
Well, you asked me a specific question. I answered a specific
Now ask him about
question.
black love. Ask him that.
Oh, I love seeing black people with black people. I love seeing a black man with a black woman, but that's a whole different conversation. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, told
But
you.
I'm not rooting against you if you're an
What
animal.
trouble are you starting this morning,
Bring that
Lauren?
fan on out. I didn't start no trouble. I'm just back and, Shauna,
Come on,
get it
Shauna.
going.
There you go. Come on,
What
Shauna.
does it say?
Is there breakups today?
Hey, it's wrong with me.
Not-
I just look like this.
There's not breakups, but there are some like relationship-ish
Okay.
things that we're going to talk about. The world is talking about it, so we're going to talk about it.
And we can't wait.
No, I'm minding my business. Well, Loren Lorosa is here, and she got the rumors this morning. I'm so grateful to see you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we got front page news when we come back. Tesla and Figaro will be joining us, so don't move. Don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's let it breathe, guys. Let's let it breathe. This is a hostile and work environment. Loren Lorosa, you come up here with
Don't
venom.
blame me. I
come
didn't
here
do
with venom.
anything. I came here with love, peace, and blessings.
That's how we should always lead. Don't put price tags on people. Don't judge people.
I don't.
No, people don't know what we're talking about, guys.
Oh, no, I'm just talking about in
I
general.
don't. You know how I get out, Charlamagne.
All right, well, let's start it. Tesla and Figaro is here. Front page news. Good morning. Let me just start off with a little bit of sports. My Giants play tonight at 8:15 Eastern Time. They play the 49ers. Saquon Barkley won't be playing today because of the ankle injury.
Yeah, y'all getting washed tonight. Guaranteed. You can put money on that one. Guaranteed. You can put more. What's the number in Vegas? What's the over under?
I don't know what the over under
Let me
is.
look and see. Go ahead.
You look so hurt.
Because he's just starting like
just
that. It's
loves
it's
to hurt you,
Yeah,
huh?
he loves to hurt me.
And you stick around for it.
You're right. You're right. Well, let's jump right into it. Let's talk what's going on with the migrants, Teslin. What's up? But first of all, good morning. Y'all started in hot.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is a behind the scene conversation for me. Good morning, DJ Envy. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Charlamagne the God.
Peace, Ted.
Well, yeah, last night I stayed up late. I wanted to make sure we got this story on the 6 o'clock. For a second night, dozens of protesters rallied outside of Island Shores Senior Center on Staten Island, which is now housing about 15 asylum-seeking families, bringing signs that read America First. Now, protesters said they did not want the city to send these families to the residential neighborhoods. They said that we should be helping our own people first. But Wednesday's demonstration was tame compared to the night earlier when 10 people were arrested, including for assaulting a police officer. So let's listen to the story and what the Biden administration did about it last night.
I think everyone's really angry. The migrant crisis has reached apocalyptic proportions financially for our city.
Staten Island only has 2% of the asylum seekers. And as you can see, other boroughs are doing their best to ensure that they continue supporting and being a welcoming borough.
As they rallied Wednesday, the Biden administration announced it will grant temporary protected status to Venezuelans who came to the U.S. before July 31st of this year. That will expedite work authorization for about 472,000 Venezuelans seeking asylum in the U.S., including up to 60,000 Venezuelans who have come to New York in the past year.
And the president is finally taking actions that should have been taken more than a year ago.
Listen, man, these humans from Venezuela looking for a better life deserve that because they are God's children. But if you don't understand Americans looking around and saying, wait a minute, we got a homeless problem here in America. We got veterans who fought for this country who are homeless and y'all doing this for them. You know, I mean, doing this for the Venezuelans, but what about the homeless veterans? Well, if you don't feel them, if you don't understand them feeling a way about that, then you don't understand life.
Well, not even that. They're cutting a lot of the programs to make sure that they can afford the housing and food for the migrants, which is hurting a lot of programs for people that live here. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if you look at the fact that they'll send $20 billion and $20 million to all these other countries, but they have to cut programs here that we already don't have money for, whether it's, I think it was community programming, it was programming to get people off the streets, it was gun violence programs, whatever the programs are, they have to cut here. But you see the government sending billions of billions and billions of billions of dollars to help these other nations. Yeah, I would feel away as well.
But hasn't that always been an issue for us, though? Us, like, taking care of outside first?
Yeah, that's why people be screaming America first. And it works.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And I'm glad you guys brought up that point. And Mayor Adams saying the opposite, because they're saying, this is all about, hey, if they want to work, let them work. But just like you guys mentioned, it's much deeper than that. It's not just about people just want to work. It's about taking, like you said, a lot of those benefits. So Mayor Adams is on board with this. He said that these folks want to contribute to the American dream, and they need to find a pathway to do so. So, two things can be true at the same time. Give people that opportunity to work. And that's one of the arguments that they're saying, Charlamagne. They're saying that in order so they won't keep draining these programs, let's give them a job. But how do we know, that they'll get the job? Where are they going to get these jobs? Or is it just giving temporary status, just for the sake of doing it? So this temporary status is supposed to last for about 18 months, allegedly. We'll see if that happens, and they can apply until March 2024. So let me toss that back to you guys. Do you think that these folks will be going straight into employment and getting off these programs, or what?
Yesterday, I gave, I had $21 in my pocket. I gave it to a veteran. His sign said he was a veteran, and he was homeless. And his sign literally said, looking for work. That veteran wants a job. He should get it first.
Well, let me ask you, and I hate to say this, that's why a lot of people like Trump, because Trump was saying, protect home first.
America first. Yeah.
America first. And that's why a lot of people were like, okay, I'm a ride for Trump, because he was saying America first. But you look at, like you said, you look at our veterans and how we treat our veterans. You look at how we treat everybody else out there. And it's like, this is pretty sad. It feels like a lot of times we take care of other places faster and quicker than we take care of home.
It just looks hypocritical. Simple as that.
Yep.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Tez, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Loren Lorosa is here. She's our special guest host. Again, 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest. Wake up. Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Oh my gosh, I got through. What's up, DJ Envy?
Hey, good morning. What's your name?
My name is Tia Cooper. What's up, Charlamagne? I'm sorry, I don't know who y'all have on today, or if it's just y'all.
Now, it's Loren
Lorosa.
Lorosa.
Loren Lorosa is on.
She's calling from Dubai. That's why she doesn't know. She just called.
Hey, I'm good. Well, yeah, I've been listening, but I had to get off the phone, or I listened so I could call in. But what's up? What's going on, fam?
How you feeling? What you doing in Dubai?
I'm actually a teacher out here. I've been teaching here for 9 years.
What? People go to school there?
What you mean, do they got a school there?
Go to Dubai and shop and like vacation and take pictures and I guess so, because there was Real Housewives of Dubai. Yes. Okay, all right.
That's how you know. What do you teach?
I teach PE, actually.
Physical education. You teach gym?
Yep, I do.
Oh, I think you ain't never had a gym teacher, Envy. Boy, y'all people so judgmental.
Have you met like one of the rich guys there that like the flight attendants meet?
That's all you care about?
Flight attendants, no, I'm actually married, even though I do hang around different people here, some of the locals and things. Like, no, you good. I've been here 9 years, so I mingle with the locals and things like that. But yeah, it's a vibe out here, for real.
I'm actually coming out there in the next couple of weeks to do a show out there.
Oh, DJ Envy, we should link. My husband is a DJ. Y'all should link up. DJ King Cooper. Let me go ahead and shout him out.
Okay.
King Cooper.
Hit me on the DM. I'll hit King Cooper because I'm going, I think I'm coming out there. In the next 30 days, I'll be out there. Fly in and out, do a show and come right back.
Okay, well, we will be here. But I'm so glad I got through. I don't want y'all to cut me off. I just wanted to promote, first of all, my business, if that's okay. I'm a travel influencer as well as a teacher. My name on Instagram is @TiaTakesTheWorld. If y'all want to follow me, I share all of my travels. Since I've been living here for the past 9 years, I've been able to travel to 40 countries, and I love to help other people travel and give insights and tips. So you can also follow my travel agency. It's @TakeTheWorldTravel_. And I help people book travel and things. And if anybody out there is looking to go to Dubai, I'm actually dropping a trip that I'm hosting next October. So make sure you look me up. My website is TiaTakesTheWorld.com. But I really wanted to get on here because I have a scholarship program that I'm launching on October 1st. And it's for anybody that hasn't had a passport, any Black American that hasn't had a passport. I do it every year for my birthday in October. Shout out October 20th, Libras in the house. And you can apply for it, and I give out free passports. And if anyone has a passport and wants to donate to it, it's called the Miller Morris Project. I have a GoFundMe. The first year that I did it, I was able to give out 3 passports. And then the next year, I had a grant from the Black Travel Alliance. I was able to give out 6. And this year, I'm really trying to give out 10 passports. But if you all help donate, then I can give out more. But it's really my mission to help spread travel to the Black community and help other people be able to experience travel like I have. It's just really changed my life.
That's what I call an elevator pitch.
That's right. Give them the information one more time. Slow.
No, that was long.
I'm sorry.
They got to rewind that.
I know DJ will hang up on somebody. But it's called the Miller Morris Project.
The Miller Morris Project. Okay. That's all we needed.
Miller Morris Project. Yeah. If you go to my Instagram, you can check out the link in my bio. You can donate. And like I said, applications open up on the 1st of October, so you can apply also.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mama.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day.
You too. All right. Get it off your chest. She was ready. She was prepared. She was like, when I get through, I know exactly what I'm doing. 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
This is Jazz calling from Queens. What's up, Envy?
Hey, what's up, Jazz? Get it off your chest.
Good morning, Charlamagne.
Peace, Queen.
So I was listening to you guys about the allowing them in our country. I agree. I don't think that they should be able to come here. I think that they're taken away from us. I think that they lessen our value when it comes to the work. I think everybody hates Trump. I love Trump. I want Trump back. And I'm Black. I feel like Trump was for America. And I think other people seeing it different because they're not listening to what Trump's saying. They take the money out of our pockets. We can't get jobs with good pay and benefits because we have them coming here working for less pay and no benefits. And employers like that. Employers are going to take that. They can work under the table. We can't do none of that. And I feel like we have it more hard out here, and we're from America. We don't have the resources, but other people get to come here and build up. We don't get to go to other countries and do that. So I wish that we would cut down on that.
Yeah, if America really was the place that it proclaims to be, and we had our stuff together as far as like, you know, the homeless in our streets and, you know, our veterans, you know, actually having stable incomes and not being homeless and having work, then I wouldn't have no problem with them helping other people. But our backyard is filthy.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got to clean up our backyard.
Right.
I don't feel like Trump is the answer. I just think that we need to just get better at what we do in the house, in the crib first.
I agree.
But that's what I said earlier. I said that's the reason why a lot of people like Trump, because they felt like he took care of home first.
Hey, he screams America first. I don't believe that, though. I believe that he cares about Trump first.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Hello, who's this?
It's JMC. We're calling from Charleston, South Carolina, downtown. 843, baby.
843, you already know. What's happening, my brother?
What's up, Big Charlotte from that corner? What's up, Big Munch?
You already know.
You said Big Munch?
Big Monks.
I want to tell you, I want to get it off my chest today. I'm from downtown Charleston, you know what I'm saying? 843, Medical University Hospital, Burke High School, baby.
You already know. I'm a roper baby. You already know.
I like the Big Munch. All right, Big Munch.
Big Monks.
Nah, I like Big Munch. All right, James, talk to
Mom's corner. All right, I'm gonna tell you what's wrong. You got my chance. The new drivers. I had drivers there back in the day. I can't stand the new drivers. Man, they stay at the green light for 20 minutes after the light turn green. When they say you can make a right turn, not from the center lane, nobody moves. I hate Charleston drivers. They need to get drivers there back in school. Earl Brown, my drivers there, teacher. Get these drivers, these phones, get them out the doggone cars. People need to go. People need to go to work. People need to get to the airport. People need to listen to Charlamagne. You know, we ain't got time for people sitting at the green light. Green means go.
Bro, you got to
calm
down.
Why the green light 20 minutes? Why is the green light 20 minutes?
You got to calm down,
say,
bro.
what's different down there? Let us know.
No, right, calm down, bro. You
man,
the munch ain't going nowhere.
I think about the South as like just, you know, relax and everybody. Yeah, this is different.
No,
a lot of people
man,
moving
going to
down
that
there,
airport. They're moving down there, but they ain't looking at the lights. Everybody on their phone. The Uber drivers, they're catching. They're like, you blowing your horn, then they get mad. Everybody won't get out and start fighting because they're blowing the horn. The light's been green for 10 minutes.
I think you need to move to New York. It sounds like that's the driving energy
No, you don't.
need.
No, you don't.
You want people,
No.
You want people not stopping and honking and just walking when they want.
Man, you ain't never been on Montague Avenue trying to get to the airport to see Charlamagne. You must have been to the airport. International Boulevard is a mess.
No, it is.
Well, say goodbye to Big Munch.
Hey, peace, my brother.
No, you the Big Munch.
South Carolina is the third fastest growing state, okay, in America. Well, it was in 2022. Just want to throw that out there.
Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way. Give us a little tease, Loren.
Yes, we are going to be talking about Kenneth Petty. And there are reports out right now that he is going to have to serve house arrest following that video that he put out looking for Offset.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host Loren Lorosa with us this morning. And let's get to the rumors.
Loren Lorosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute.
Made it. This is the Rumor Report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
On The Breakfast Club.
Loren came in hot.
You know,
Didn't she, right?
I came in telling the truth. Y'all said I came in hot this morning, too.
Yes, we did.
You did come in hot. You came in spicy this morning. You was a little spicy.
We're glad you're here, like I said earlier, because I was so sick of hearing Envy talk about all these relationship stories, and he wanted me to kiki with him. I ain't want to kiki with him.
Well, we about to kiki a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit, right? So, Kenneth Petty, who is the husband of Nicki Minaj, you guys remember the night of the VMAs, him and his friends got on Instagram and decided to call out Offset and said they were outside looking for him.
It was the night of the VMAs?
It was, I think it was that.
I think it was the day after.
It was following the VMAs.
Yeah, following the VMAs.
Following the VMAs. So let's listen to that video first, and then we'll get into what happened following that.
Big Queens. Yeah, sturdy nigga. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Money, man. What's up?
Yeah.
What's that, man?
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't know niggas. They said you don't know niggas.
Zoom. We're on that vacation.
Yeah.
We're planning your funeral.
Yeah.
Let's play. What's up?
We'll meet you there.
They wanted to come at me at the VMAs, man. We ain't even do nothing to nobody, man.
What's poppin', man?
Yo, where you at? Where you at?
That's just ignorant. That's just niggas. Corny, lame. Like, there's nothing fly about that type of behavior.
Well, I will say now Kenneth Petty is planning a little vacation of his own at home because the judge that originally sentenced him to probation in 2022 for failure to register as a sex offender saw this video and said, you know what? I think you need to do 120 days of home detention, probation at home, house arrest, because you were making threatening remarks toward a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record.
Duh.
Reporters are pointing out the fact that specific individual that he was making those threats at, Offset, the husband of Cardi B. So this is a big lesson in stay off the internet. I mean, dumb is dumb, but if you're going to do it, definitely stay off the internet, because now he finds himself in a situation reportedly where he is about to be looking at 120 days sitting at home.
There's a lot of lessons in this, and you know, the reality is he earned every bit of this, because you had the audacity to be acting like that on the FBI's internet. You 45 years old, you already on probation, you have a crazy criminal record already, and you telling somebody to plan their funeral online, like you begging to go to prison. And it's incredible to me that all these street dudes have let the internet make them forget street rules. Number one, you should have been let go of all the childish ways of the street, first and foremost. That's number one. But number two, I remember a time when folks wouldn't talk about any dirt over the phone. Now y'all recording yourselves in 4K and posting it online.
Listen, and another thing too is God forbid something were to go down, right? And something happens to anybody.
They're going right
this
to
is
the
all
source.
documented.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this is all documented. This is I don't know.
I never understood the whole I'm going to talk online, I'm going to talk on live. It makes no sense. You're doing the work for the police.
But then you don't like snitches. But you self-incriminating yourself.
And you're the husband of Nicki Minaj, who is one of the biggest, let's not even talk about rap, one of the biggest celebrities in the world.
If you don't have respect for yourself, at least have respect for your wife and who she is. Because you're an extension of her brand. Like, at least don't make her look crazy. You got a child. Like, come on, man, grow up.
And so cute. Papa Bear is so cute. I hate to see this, though, but...
And what part of law enforcement has social media, too? Don't y'all understand? What part of law enforcement has social media, too? Don't y'all understand?
Right.
No,
and they move fast.
Dude, when I say everything, when you steal a car and then you post, hey, I'm driving in this car, they see all of it. They know that when you post a gun, they see all of it. They just jot it down and just
I think I'm in the wrong field, man, because I like to laugh. I know law enforcement be having a ball looking at these niggas. Dying laughing.
Got another one.
Can you believe what they... Can you believe this?
Look at this one. Look at this guy.
Look at this 70 years old.
And we didn't have to run and chase him.
Yes, I'm saying. Imagine being 70 years old in law enforcement, how hard they used to have to work. Now they probably just sitting back
they hate on the young boys. Oh, y'all just get on that Instagram. Yeah. All y'all do is get on that Instagram.
Y'all never had to do no real detective work. We used to have to do real detective work.
They, like you said, they ain't got to chase him. They'll just pin the phone to see where you at. Oh, he at his mama house. We get him later on. Like, it's that
they don't
simple.
even got to pin it because you probably posted up at the mama house like, yeah, and I'm still outside. Atting all the homies. Tagging the brand that you wearing.
Cops out here treating arrest warrants like C-sections. We'll go get him. We know what time it is.
We know time
it's 3 o'clock Monday.
He gonna be at his mama house.
We go pick him up.
Yeah, we gonna be at his mama house.
Don't worry about
You gotta pick up his child later.
Oh, we got him.
Yeah, we got him. Yeah.
Where's he at? He's at his girlfriend's house right now. Don't worry, we got him.
Yeah, he's going to the gym. Yeah.
He's at the gym at 4 o'clock on Friday.
Is the gym.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Well, moving on.
He just went live again. We got him.
Oh, I thought he really went live again.
Oh, really?
Oh my God! I was about to say, now he about to come get us next.
That's what we got.
No. We're gonna move on. We got.
Were you rapping already, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We spent too much time on it.
Because we were having a good time, like the cops are on social media.
Exactly.
I hate.
Man, I want to come do a ride along with y'all, man, or whatever they call it.
I don't.
A ride along.
I was about to say, I hate that I just paralleled us with the police. I don't want to ride along with no cops.
Listen, police officers, bring me in. I just want to sit where y'all sit when y'all watching all this stuff online. When y'all watching all this foolishness online, I just want to be in there with y'all.
Commentary?
Please, I'll keep it. I won't tell nobody. I just want to see what it look like. I just want to chuckle with y'all.
Don't you bring this guy?
I feel like the brands need to hit up the police officers. They know who really getting engagement on social.
I'm with you. This is Charlamagne the God Talker, Lenard McKelvey. You already know. Y'all probably got me pinned too. Bring me in, man. I want to see what y'all.
bring me in.
I want to see what y'all doing. I want to laugh too,
bring
man.
him in. He wants to sit. He wants to go behind the bars. He wants to have a bunkie.
Don't bring me in. I don't want to see none of my exes.
Jesus, Loren.
It's okay. Let's just move on.
Hey, law enforcement, we got one here for you too,
man. Got it right
here. I'm telling you.
I done changed my life. Okay. So moving on.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Until next time.
That's okay.
Yeah, Eddie's cutting us off. All right. When we come back, front page news. Tesla and Figaro will be back. Don't move. Loren Lorosa is here. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's TJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host Loren Lorosa here. And let's get in some front page news. Just a little heads up. Giants play the 49ers tonight at 8:15 p.m. Let's go, Giants. Let's go.
I think Vegas said 49ers. They got the 49ers winning by 10. I think that's the spread. That's how you read those things.
I'm gonna bet on that game.
I think they got
you betting?
49ers
on the Giants.
by 10.
How much?
I don't know. Not that much.
Put it up. No, Envy, you said they on a winning streak. Put your money where your mouth is.
I just want to put it on record.
No, I'm gonna bet a little bit. I ain't betting a lot that's gonna change my life. Like, I'm just gonna bet a little bit to give me some drinks and some food or something. All right, but let's jump right into it. Let's talk about these House Republicans clash with Attorney General Garland. What happened?
Yes, they clashed on yesterday, accusing him and the Justice Department of weaponizing work in favor of President Joe Biden's son, Hunter. Now, Garland is overseeing two cases at the same time, which is historic. One with Donald Trump and the other against the sitting president's son. Now, Republicans on the committee, which is led by Chairman Jim Jordan of Ohio, set the tone with accusations that the Justice Department is favoring the Biden family while targeting Trump. Let's take a listen to Attorney General Garland's response.
because I had promised that I would not interfere with this investigation. The way to not interfere is to not investigate an investigation.
I don't understand what he just said.
Yeah, that last line kind of got me. Tess, what help?
He's basically saying, he went on to say that our job is not to take orders from the president, from Congress, or anyone else about who or what to do with this investigation. I am not the president's lawyer. He also wants to add that he is not the prosecutor for Congress. The Justice Department wants to work for the American people. So bottom line is, he said he's not interfering. He's not investigating the investigation, which means, he's not getting involved in the investigation. He kept on Weiss, who was appointed by Trump, which is the one that obviously brought the indictment against Hunter Biden's son. So basically saying, hey, I'm not interfering. I'm letting it happen and play out in the courts as far as Trump is concerned and Hunter Biden.
Let me ask you a question. Is Hunter Biden really suing the IRS?
Yeah.
That's some balls, boy.
Well, yeah, anybody can sue the IRS. Anybody can sue. The question is it actually going to work?
Yeah, but to go back to the original story, I wouldn't doubt if there is a favor towards Hunter Biden, because personally, I feel like the DOJ only brought charges against Hunter Biden because they brought charges against Trump. So they don't want to look like, these things are political.
Right.
So you're saying favor in a bad way? So what do you mean?
Like I wouldn't doubt if there's a favor towards Hunter, just period, because I feel like they only brought charges against Hunter because they don't want to make it seem like them going after Trump is political. They want to look like they're equal and fair all across the board. But the reason I say I wouldn't doubt if there is favor, because you can see just the way the media covers the Bidens versus the Trumps is totally different. Like if this is one of Donald Trump's kids, oh come on, man,
it'd be a reality show. Somebody would have created a series on TikTok.
What? Front page news every day.
That's right.
All the news outlets discussing. Well, not all of them. At least CNN and MSNBC. But
Trump is just more like everything about that side is just a lot more entertaining. Like there's not a lot of entertainment with Biden and the Biden family.
Damn.
Well,
I'm just being honest.
Hunter Biden is very entertaining.
Yes, he has a lot, but it's just different. Like Trump would play to it.
The reason you don't know that they're so entertaining is because the media don't cover them like
correct.
If the media gave the Bidens and the Hunters and everybody else the same type of coverage and dug into them the way they dig into the Trumps, you'd see how entertaining they actually are. Hunter Biden out here doing cocaine. He's sleeping with hookers. He's saying the N-word. You know what I'm saying?
He's about to do a rap album.
Come on, man.
Wait.
No, I'm just joking. He's not doing no rap album.
I was about to say, now he done hit you up for the DJ Envy mixtape.
All right, now let's talk about Amazon. We talked about workers getting jobs, but Amazon is looking to, hire 250,000 people?
Yeah, this is good for those who want to make a little extra Christmas cash. I wanted to make sure that you had this story. They said that they will hire 250,000 full-time and part-time workers for the holiday season. That's a 67% jump since last year. Target also announced that it will be adding 100,000 seasonal roles this holiday. Shout out to Target. That was one of my first jobs. But Amazon noted that more jobs are available because the company has opened 50 new fulfillment centers, delivery stations, and same-day delivery sites in the U.S. this year. They said that this will contribute $1.3 billion towards hikes for warehouse and transportation employees, raising the average pay for those roles from $19 to $20.50 per hour.
Well, if you're looking to make some extra money during the holidays, Amazon and Target got you.
That's right.
It's right there in your face. You see where they at. 100,000 jobs Target wants to add. 250 Amazon wants to add. Go get you a little extra income for the holidays.
There you go. Amazon jobs used to be clutch in college.
Yeah?
On the breaks, because you could go work and then go back to school.
What do you do? You go work at the factory?
Yeah, you go work on the packaging and stuff. And
you
then
did?
I did. You do seasonal work with them.
Dope.
So you go. I would go on my breaks in college whenever I couldn't do internships. You go work and then you just go back to school because it's just seasonal.
Is it hard to get, or you just go there and apply?
It's not, as long as you could pass the drug test. It used to be as long as you could pass the drug test, you was good.
You passed the drug test, Loren?
I don't do drugs.
Oh.
I do reposado.
Allegedly, yeah.
How you gonna put that on her like you knew something? Like you passed the drug test, Loren?
I know, shoot.
And by the way,
never
they
puff
pay,
up passing to you. You be done told the whole
You
world.
been telling everybody.
And by the way, they pay for college tuition. Did you take advantage of that benefit?
No, I didn't know that. I'm still in debt. Can I get like my?
It's too late now.
Your payback.
Yeah, my Amazon reparations. Can I get like the back pay?
They do that for part-time employees. They do that.
I
For
was doing part time, but I know it's a benefit. It's the reason why a lot of people go do it. They go work at 4 a.m. and help unload those trucks, and it's one of the benefits that they advertise. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I doubt seasonal employees get that.
I also got fired.
Probably not the seasonal. Maybe the full. Maybe the full time.
Wait. We're missing the lead. You got fired. What did you get fired for?
Because you had to hit certain numbers, and I wasn't hitting them.
You'd be messy.
He was being lazy.
It was tough. Them jobs are not as easy as you think. But I just wanted the money.
Job. It's not supposed to be easy.
How dare they want her to work?
How dare they want you to work?
How dare they want you to work?
You know how hard it is trying to do all that stuff with nails and like y'all.
You probably came to work like this. You probably came to work makeup on.
I needed
heels.
the money. That was the one year where I couldn't leave Delaware because I felt a class had to do a summer class, so I couldn't do no internships. So I just had to figure it out, man.
See what they be saying in
Barclay saved me though.
Americans don't be wanting to work.
I want to work. I just wanted to be cute too.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Tez.
And make sure you subscribe to that Tedlin Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow at Tedlin Figaro on all social media platforms.
All right, when we come back, Elaine Welteroth will be joining us. You know she's a journalist, editor, author, a television host, and so much more. And we're going to kick it with her when we come back. All right, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building this morning.
Yes, indeed.
We have Miss Elaine Welteroth. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
I love it.
So now you're here for a Conversation Project?
Yeah,
I love
the
that name.
Conversations Project. Yep.
Now, what is the Conversation Project?
So the Conversations Project, which is on Hulu, is basically, so it's inspired by the Harlem Renaissance Salon. It's like, think back to the era when, black intellectuals, academics, entertainers would rub shoulders and break bread and share ideas in a safe space. And we wanted to recreate that on television. And it's really incredible. It's bringing together some of the greatest minds in our culture from every corner of the world. So you have artists, you have entertainers, we had a black astronaut.
Wow.
All coming together to really exchange ideas. And you don't have anything like this on television, which is kind of crazy when you really think about it. It's like, how has it taken this long for a show like this to come about? But I'm so glad that it did, and we just talk about everything under the sun that affects our community, and we talk about it through a black lens, and we debate, we laugh, we agree, we challenge each other, and it's really intergenerational. It's just a really positive, nuanced place to have conversations that matter in our culture.
I feel like it's
really
very
proud
hard.
Of it.
I'm sorry. I feel like it's very hard for us to have conversations nowadays. I feel like we're all talking at each other instead of to and with each other.
That part. And that's why I think a show like this is so important, because it's modeling how to have productive, constructive dialogue, how to listen, how to not react, defensively. It's really important, I think, especially in these times that are so divided, it's so divisive, to really give people an example of how you can articulate your point of view and also appreciate and listen to somebody else's point of view, and maybe even evolve.
That's right.
Maybe even maybe your perspective might evolve in the process. So I think a show like this is so important. And for me, I always, whether I'm writing books or on television, I want to create what I think the world needs more of. And I think the world needs more of examples of hard conversations that are being tackled in a really constructive way.
I love that, because I feel like, over the last several years, we've seen all of these, topics that we never discussed come to the forefront, but we're still not having nuanced conversations about them. We're not peeling back layers. We're just telling you, you're trash if you believe this.
Right.
You're trash if you don't think like this. But it's just like, where's the exchange of ideas? So those people that you may not like the way they think about a certain thing, they might evolve on the subject if you just have a conversation about
Exactly. And you might evolve. I think that's the thing, is to come to the table with an open mind and be willing to listen. I learned, my mind was open. I came with an open mind and open heart. I think everybody did. And you know what helped? I forgot to mention this. I can't believe I forgot to mention this. It's a dinner party. So you have like Michelin star, a Michelin star chef who is giving us incredible food and Black owned wines, and we are just like, so I feel like everybody came in like maybe a little nervous, like what's about to happen at the table. There are gonna be some gotcha questions, and then everyone just realized this is actually a safe space. Sip some wine, you relax, your nerves are, settle a little, and we really we came to the table, many of us strangers, and we walked away feeling like we had extended community. We like a family, honestly. So it was beautiful, and I honestly hope that it inspires people to have some of these conversations at their own dinner table with their own friends, at their work, at their church, like whatever the community is that you are a part of. This is how you can have these conversations, and also invite people over to your house. Again, like we've all been in isolation for so long, and we thrive in community. But it takes somebody to be intentional about curating the right group, about sending that invitation, bringing people together, creating a safe space, and really guiding the conversation. So I really hope that like this is like the return of the dinner party. Who
are some of the people that are I know every episode is a different cast, so who are some of the people that are at the table?
Yeah, we had a whole wide range of people, like I said, from Black astronauts to entertainers to authors, athletes. So we had a couple people that I really love. Phoebe Robinson, she's hilarious. Shine, Jim Jones, Ali Love, Roy Wood Jr.,
Tori Naughton,
she was amazing.
Brittany Hall, Mark Spears.
Yes, Lena Bloom. And so the hosts there's 3 hosts. One is the chef, David Lawrence. He has a restaurant in the Bay Area, but he's originally from the UK, and he's a little bit older. I call him Uncle. And then we have Mark Spears, who is at ESPN and Anscape. He's a Hall of Fame sports writer, and they conceived of this show. They pitched it. They got it sold, which is a miracle to me in this landscape.
Absolutely.
Especially for a Black show, bringing together Black folks to have Black conversations that are, smart, intellectual, and not we're not sitting there trying to trash each other, which is usually what you see get sold. And then they brought me on. They wanted to have a woman's perspective at the table, someone who could help bridge the generations. And I immediately, once I understood the concept of the show, the spirit of the show, the intention of the show, I was like, sign me up. This is a dinner party I feel like anybody would want to be invited to. So it was an honor to be a part of it.
How did you pick the people you wanted to have a conversation with? Because when you talk about curating the right people, because even when you say let's bring back the dinner party, I'm just not letting nobody in my house. Your energy got to be right.
Your energy got to be right. Yeah. That's the part. Yeah. I think we all just kind of agreed. We all brought our lists, and we all kind of thought we want to make sure every single table is really intergenerational. So that was a really important piece. We wanted to make sure that it was co-ed, so there was a nice mix of men and women, and that everyone was represented. So trans folks, queer folks. I think the beauty of this show is that it showcases the spectrum of Blackness, right? Like we talk about what it means to be Black and queer, Black and trans, to what it's like we talk about the biracial experience and everything in between. We got, old elders in the room. We got the young folks in the room. We got the millennials. And what you see is that it just reminds you that Blackness is not a monolith. We come from all different places all over the world with different perspectives, and it really it shapes our worldview. But when we break bread with each other, when we break down these conversations together, we realize how much more we have in common than what divides us. Yeah.
What's one conversation that stood out the most to you that you remember? That's something that you was like, wow, this is going to spark a lot of conversation and interest when this episode's released, or when people see this episode.
Yeah. So 2 come to mind. One is a conversation with Brett Gray, who's this Gen Z actor, and he brought such incredible energy to the table, and he got into a kind of a contentious conversation with the older gentlemen at the table, who we were calling them OGs. So David Lawrence, Mark Spears, they were talking about sort of how this older generation, we're talking about Black manhood and toxic masculinity, and how the older generation of Black men with the intention of trying to protect and guide the next generation of black men, sometimes their way can crush the spirit of this younger generation that aren't as oppressed, that aren't as they aren't facing. They're living in a completely different world.
All right, we got more with Elaine Walteroth. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still here with Miss Elaine Walteroth. Charlamagne.
And you know what else too? It's like it's not even about what we it's about what we learned, but what we got to unlearn as we get older. Because I'll be the first to admit we were a whole generation that was raised wrong. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like we were raised wrong in a lot of ways. So it's like it's about what you have to unlearn as you get older too.
Yeah, and I'm a new mom. I just had a baby 17 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I felt like I was there listening more than I talked on topics around parenthood. Roxanne Shante came on, and she was one of the sort of our elders. We respect her, and she was talking about parenting as a black mom, especially a single black mom, how parenting a young black man is different from parenting a young woman.
You had your child at home, right? I think I read that somewhere.
I did.
Okay, you had a midwife.
Yeah, I had a home birth.
Okay.
With a midwife.
Is it because of all the things that are going on in the hospitals and the way the black maternal death rate is, you just didn't trust it?
It was also during the pandemic, COVID, right? 17 months ago, right?
No.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Aren't we still in the pandemic? I don't know. I don't know what stage we are. But listen, I got married at home on my stoop during the pandemic, and I had my baby at home. I don't know what stage of the pandemic it was, but yes, it was because I went into pregnancy thinking that I was going to have a hospital birth, just like my mother did and my grandmother did. That's the norm in our country. And I sort of knew about the maternal mortality crisis and the black maternal mortality crisis, like in a peripheral sense, like it's something that happens out there in the world, but maybe not as much here. I think I bought into this myth that it also, tends to happen only in impoverished communities. And so here I am as this, as black women go in this country, I have all the privileges you could have. So I thought I wouldn't have a problem having my baby in the hospital, finding a great doctor, finding great care. And I was so shocked to learn how difficult it is to find a healthcare provider in our current medical system that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel listened to, that makes you feel like, there's a compassionate person that's going to make sure that you have the birth that you want. So I went through from doctor to doctor to doctor, and this is me. I am like, I'm pretty well connected. I got resources. I could go to the best of the best, and I had bad experience after bad experience after bad experience. It was so incredibly humbling, and it was the first time where I had to really confront the fear that I could very well become another statistic. And what I learned as I went through this journey is that this issue is so complex. It is this crisis, this maternal mortality crisis that overly impacts black women, is very real. Unfortunately, the rates of deaths are actually surging. It's really scary. And I think when you talk about it with folks, I think people still there's this misconception that this isn't happening in this country, that this isn't happening to people who look like me or come from where I come from. It's not happening to well-educated black women of means. It absolutely is. And as I've gotten deeper into this work and into the stats, I realized that black wealthy women are dying at higher rates than poor white women in this country during and after childbirth. So when you understand, like, truly what the picture is, how prevalent this issue is in our country, in the richest country in the world, you start to think about what informs your point of view on where a safe birth happens, and who's delivering your baby, and why these messages are what you believe, And so I thought, I always thought like, oh, to be safe, I should have, I've heard of home births, I've heard of midwives, sounds beautiful, God bless, but to be safe, air quotes, I'm going to have my baby in a hospital. But is it truly safer to have your baby in a hospital when you're a black woman in America? You have to unpack that.
Explain the process, because we've had
Latham Thomas. That's me and my wife
several times.
But Latham Thomas.
Is your wife pregnant?
Well, we had our last two. Latham was our doula for our last two.
Latham is incredible. Yeah, Latham absolutely. Is like also another unsung hero.
Oh man,
yeah, she's been there several times.
She's the best.
So explain the process.
I'm so glad you asked this, because we need to reframe pain for birthing people. I too was so incredibly scared of not having access to an epidural. Like, even when I found my midwife, I fell in love with her. I was like, I would love for you to birth my baby, but could we just have an epidural just in case? Could it just be there? And she's like, kind of like the whole thing. You can't have an epidural for a home birth. And that was the thing that made it was like the hardest part for me to overcome, is like, what if I can't handle the pain?
Correct.
And I actually did not decide to have a home birth until 36 or 37 weeks. It was like go time. And I still was like, dating doctors and tiptoeing like that line. And ultimately I made the call because I was able to shift my mindset around pain. And I did that with the support and the guidance of my midwife. She talks about pain, the pain of childbirth, as purposeful, as directional. And she doesn't even use the word pain. She uses the word waves. She uses words like intensity. And she made it clear to me that your body has been preparing for this since the day you started your period. Those cramps that you feel, that discomfort that you feel, is the exact pain that you will feel as labor starts. So it's not an unfamiliar pain. Like, I thought I was going to be like it's going to feel like knives in my...
The way the movies make it seem, right?
The movies make it seem like it is...
You're dying.
Absolutely horrifying. Like, the movies and everything we've ever seen about birth is all inspiring fear. None of it is inspiring self-trust.
Right.
And what a midwife does, and what my midwife did, is completely... She gave my power back to me. I feel like we have been trained as a culture, conditioned as a culture, to give our power away as women, as black women, as birthing people. We give our power away to these authorities in white lab coats that often undermine our intelligence, that often gaslight us, that take advantage of the power that we give away. We're not taught about our bodies. We're not taught about what we were built to do. We're not taught about how babies have been getting here since the beginning of time, which was not in a hospital, right? We're not taught about how the obstetrics came about, and that it was set up as a business that prioritizes profit over patients. We're not taught this. Once you learn just how systemic and complex this issue is, you start to realize that there's a lot of unlearning that we have to do.
All right, we got more with Elaine Welteroth. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still here with Miss Elaine Welteroth. So when you said data doctors, don't most people use their gynecologist to deliver their baby, so it's somebody that they see, that knows them, that they trust, or is that not true?
No, absolutely. That's the ideal scenario, right? But you have to understand, we were, first of all, in a pandemic. I just moved to a new state in a pandemic. I didn't have a general doctor. Okay. I didn't have a regular physician, let alone an OBGYN. I hadn't gone to the doctor since the beginning of the pandemic. I'm generally healthy. And so I wasn't thinking about seeking out a doctor or an OBGYN until I got pregnant. So once I got pregnant, I thought, okay, how hard is it to find a good doctor? Can't be hard. I live in the Mecca of, I live in LA. I did all the things you're supposed to do. I got referrals. I checked everyone, all these doctors out on Google. I went in prepared with questions. And what I found is that I was met with resistance, I would say, at best. It's like the most polite way. I was met with resistance when I came in with questions, when I came in sort of informed, and when I had the audacity to, ask what I thought were basic questions about how this would go and also just when I tried to just form some sort of, connection to this person. It was like I was rushed, the in and out girl. I was literally told
like a fast food service,
like a fast food service. I don't think people understand that when you are pregnant, you are in your most vulnerable state, right? I didn't even know to expect that, and I was very emotional. And I came in and I was rushed. These doctors would not look at me in my face. They just kind of tossed medication my way without even asking me. I mean, it was so inhumane. I had vials of blood, 6 vials of my blood taken on accident without apology. They tried to excuse it and act like it didn't happen. Like, so many things happened. I was like, I now see how this happens.
I just don't like how they don't allow you to film, right? You pay for a service. You're paying for that. It's not free.
Right.
You're paying for that, but they won't allow you to film your birth in most hospitals. And they say it's to protect them. Yeah. So if they do something wrong, you can't protect yourself. I just never understood that.
There's so much you can't do that I didn't know. In many cases, I should say, you can't eat in the hospital once you're in labor. You have to have an IV in your system, which means you can't move around freely.
That's right.
You most of the time have to deliver on your back or in the bed, which, let's just think about this for one moment. This completely changed my outlook on birth when one of my girlfriends was like, she had a home birth and she said, think about how gravity works.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you had to like push a bowling ball out of your body,
you would stand up or squat. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense to lay on your back to push a bowling ball out of your body, or does it make sense to be upright to use gravity?
Correct.
When somebody said that, I was like, yo, that is the most basic thing. And why have we been trained to think that this is the only way birth should happen, on your back with a doctor seated that's for the doctor's convenience. And I'm not saying this in all cases. For some cases, you must be on your back. It's the safest thing. In some cases, you need medical interventions. In some cases, you need a C-section. Like, I am not anti-doctor and I'm not anti-hospital. But what I am is pro-woman and pro-baby. And I think that our needs and our desires and our wishes should be honored, you know? And I've had a doctor literally in the middle of asking questions stand up and walk out of the room and say, you have exceeded your 2 to 3 question max.
Damn.
And I've given you some grace, but I need to go.
2 to 3 question max?
I'm like, I'm in my most vulnerable state.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I am coming to you with legitimate questions, with a polite attitude. I'm friendly. And you are just shutting me down and walking out on me. And it just made me feel so small. And even and I think it's important for someone like me to talk openly about this, because I think that people would assume that this couldn't happen to someone like me. Like, no way. You know, I'm outspoken, I'm a journalist, I'm informed, I'm confident, but the experiences that I had with these doctors, you guys, broke me down.
Wow.
It made me question myself. It silenced me. I cried after every appointment. I started thinking something's maybe wrong with me. Like, do I need to smile more? What can I do to make myself seem worthy of good care in the presence of these doctors? That is not the way it should be. I'm paying for this service. I'm paying into. So the whole medical industrial complex is poisoned, and there's so much change that needs to happen. There's so much reform that we need on every level, within the hospital system, within the insurance system, you know, at the legislative level. We need to figure out how to create pipelines for more midwives, more doulas. We have to figure out how to create more access so that underserved communities can have access to midwives and doulas if that's what they need. And by the way, the other thing that I learned, which made me feel energized around this topic, because this topic is depressing to a lot of people, and they kind of like lean back. They're like, oof, I don't really want to talk about that. I'm just going to hope for the best with my birth. But I think we have to lean in to this conversation. What helped me lean in was understanding that this is solvable. Like, there are solutions. And there's a stat that was really staggering to me, that basically if you have a midwife or a doula, 70% of these deaths could be prevented. 70% of these Black maternal health deaths could be prevented with the intervention of a midwife and a doula. That gives me hope. That's like, okay, well, if that's the way to solve this, let's figure out how we can create a pipeline of more midwives, more doulas. Let's figure out how we can create a system that's more of a hybrid model, where doctors, doulas, and midwives can all coexist peacefully, can work well together. And so as you can see, I'm just very fired up about this particular issue because I just think there's nothing more important than keeping mothers alive to raise these children that we are bringing into the world, especially at a time like this where more women are being forced into motherhood before they're ready. If our government has the audacity to force women into parenthood before they are ready, we need to create systems that will keep them alive to raise those children. It is as simple as that. So I hope next season, I don't bring it back to the show, I hope next season this is something we can talk about and unpack.
Oh, this
and
is definitely a conversation.
Can I just tell you something? This is the first time I had this conversation with two men.
Listen, I swear by doulas. You know, I swear
I have chills right now
just because of this experiences that me and my wife have had.
The best thing about these conversations, you know, Charlamagne has four daughters with his wife. I have 6 kids with mine, but more men want to know what's going on. Before it was one of those things, you go to the hospital, tell us when we need to be there, but we want to be a part of it. We want to know what affects you, what makes you cry, what hurts, what your concerns are, because now situation we can do it together.
Yes.
It's not just you on your own, and same thing with us and with the stuff that we go through. It's not just us on our own. And well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story.
Watch the Conversation Project on Hulu right now.
Elaine Walteroth, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here.
Yo, yo, yo.
And let's get to the rumors.
Loren Lorosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute. Move out the way.
Tell her. Baby. This is the Rumor Report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
On the Breakfast Club.
Loren came in hot.
You know, I came in telling the truth. So Remy Ma and Papoose have been trending for some weeks now, actually for the last few months. So there have been rumors circulating that Remy Ma cheated allegedly on Papoose with another battle rapper named Easy the Block Captain. So there have been like photos released of them like out sitting down. They're not like intimate or anything like that, any of the photos or the videos. It was also rumored that Papoose actually fought the battle rapper back in June because he just got a little bit too comfortable with Remy.
Where does this stuff come from? Where did these rumors like this come from?
I'm about to break it all down. So I think those photos, those videos, all that stuff. But then there is a video that's going around right now of Easy the Block Captain and Geechee Gotti, who are 2 battle rappers, getting into it on stage, and they bring up the rumors. So let's listen to that.
We done had 6 Chrome events. Papoose was at all of them. How come he ain't at this one? Why we ain't in New York? Because the last time there, your husband punched on him. So you actually brung it to where he more comfortable at. So if he did decide to show up, this weirdo can have the ups on him. I hope she wouldn't do that because I love her too much. But it just look away. You did it here where this more comfortable. So if he do show up, he can have the ups on him. Man, you foul for real. I hope that awkwardness in your home, your child don't feel. How can you protect the that showed he couldn't protect you is wild for real. This is a chump. You know he ain't got the heart, fool. When you ain't got hands ain't even a smart move. But if I was him, I would have been like Verb and Hitman, and you would have been the one I talked to. Like, I don't give a if you this just tell him stop spewing the business. If found out you was to help, that could really ruin your image. We talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rim. That's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love.
What the hell is happening here?
So basically, I mean, you know, in the battle rap arena, they use what's going on in the real world. So these reports have been circulating because there was a photo release of them sitting down at a restaurant, Remy and the Easy the Block Captain guy. And then a report of the whole fight thing happened. Now, people have been running with this because y'all know Remy Ma, Papoose, their relationship, we don't play about them. So people have been really running with this. It's literally been trending all week long like crazy. Remy finally addressed it.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I feel good. At the end, I was like, hold on. You don't want me to throw into a little spin back then? So he's up there talking to smack then. I started out in battle rap. I've been here 15 years. I don't recall Geechee being one of the Pat friends. Call me a one more time. Might not have got his back in. It would have been different though. They were like I was cheating.
Actually, fire off the top of the head. Now we got to address the elephant in the room. Like Geechee went crazy, and you know the whole. Can we even talk about the whole Easy to Papoose now that he don't talk as much as they talked on the stage?
His third was the blogs for the past 3-4 months.
The blog, okay.
That's what it sounded like.
But he was. I don't know if you how comfortable or uncomfortable you were with him standing there just saying all of this to you.
Listen, it's battle rap.
I love how Remy handled that, and I tell you why. Because Remy understands nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining.
Right.
So at this point, it doesn't matter what the actual truth is. If the internet says it, that's what the internet is going to believe. So Remy, even if she says, knock it off,
true.
it's not true.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that.
Y'all, when I say Twitter going up,
yeah, and also shout to, I think it's 15 seconds of fame. The guy that did the interview, he was the one that reported a lot of that stuff, right? Where he had a lot of that footage. I was salute to him. I don't know. I just seen it because I was watching it. But I will say this: I just seen it. Like I said, we don't know. Like we don't know what's going on in their relationship. Like you said, who cares? A lot of people don't care about the truth when the lie's more entertaining. But I just seen them a week ago, 2 weeks ago at the White House together.
I don't believe this stuff. I don't believe it. I don't want to. I don't even want to discuss it. But Twitter is going up.
You definitely want to discuss it. You got it on your laptop.
No,
I'm
actually, I'm preparing for my next story.
Oh.
The only reason that we have to talk about it is because the world is talking about it. It's our job.
The world ain't talking about it. YouTube.
You're not on Twitter.
That's true.
So you don't know.
You're
not on Twitter.
That's facts. That's factual.
Because they are trending on Black Twitter and on Twitter worldwide.
But I will say I do love Rem. Rem is like a sister up here, and I do love Pap. So whatever's going on, I hope everything is okay. That's what I hear, because we love black love.
And I like that the whole battle rap scene, everything that Remy is doing right now. People are saying that this is just for clout. I also don't think they need to do this for clout. But I like the fact that now people are having a conversation about what Remy is doing in the battle rap world because of this. People are starting to watch.
People talking about Chrome 23.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to know, like, what's going on? What is this? Like,
those was some slick bars. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think Remy deserved that. Now, imagine what they would write for Jenny Ma.
She was standing in the middle of it too.
Stupid.
Imagine what they would write for Jenny Ma, though.
Did you see? You didn't see Black Twitter when that happened? The day that all that happened.
What happened?
I'm not seeing all that.
Look at that! He turned it to. You see that?
What
happened, girl? What happened, girl?
No.
But
Can you give him the fan?
Yeah, he got his own fan over there.
I'm just over here listening.
And what people didn't talk about is Remy Ma's evolution.
Right.
Old Remy Ma.
I thought she was gonna hit him.
She'd still be swinging.
I don't think Remy would have swung in that situation.
You are effing crazy.
I'll tell you why, because Remy.
This is evolution for Remy.
Number one, Remy. That's her thing, right? That's her and Pap's thing. Chrome 23. But she understands battle rap. In battle rap, you say anything.
Don't matter. Old Remy would have been slapping still people today.
I don't think she would have. Not in the battle rap situation.
Old Remy Ma would have looked like Jocelyn Hernandez in that.
Not in the battle rap situation. I disagree with that. Not in the battle rap situation. Because she understands battle rap, and she understands in battle rap. They say that in battle rap, they be like, "I blow your mama's head off. I kill your daddy. I stick my foot in your grandma's ass."
Yo, you take it to my grandma's ass, we got a problem.
Yeah, wait, why'd you go there? Like, why
that was a bit
But that's the kind of stuff they say in battle rap. I wipe my ass with your kid, then throw your kid in the trash. Then I tell your granddaddy kiss my ass.
I'm not taking you anywhere. I'm not taking you to no battle raps because I'm not fighting for you.
Yeah, like you go.
Okay, we gonna move on. We gonna move on. So Tory Lanez, you guys know Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years. So he has now been moved to the prison where he will serve out his sentence for the next 10 years. It's North Kern State Prison in Delano, California. They house about like 4,000 inmates, and reports are stating right now that this is not going to be no walk in the park. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be,
prison.
but exactly. But basically, they're saying this because there have been a few recent killings there. So there was a convicted serial killer who recently allegedly killed his cellmate not too long ago. There was also another killing on July 4th where a guy was found dead in his cell.
I'm sure Tory and PC though. If they wouldn't have Tory in general population.
He might want to be in general population because he was only out an hour a week or something like that. So
I have no clue. Whatsoever.
I just want to know how Tory got the Brazilian wet and wavy human hair.
Let me show y'all the evolution of the Brazilian wet and wavy. Okay,
he got the bundle snuck in already.
Yeah, listen, his hair is so full right now.
Come on, man.
This is the fullest I've ever seen his hairline.
Like when you get the hair transplant surgery, can you choose the grade of hair you want?
Oh my goodness!
Because I know Brazilian wet and wavy when I see it.
All right.
He only got an inch or two, but come on.
This is giving Cambodian.
Come on now.
Cambodian,
you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. You guys are crazy. Charlamagne, who giving that dog to now?
4 after the hour, I need Kenneth Petty to come to the front of the congregation. This is a teachable moment for all street niggas out there. Let's discuss.
All right. We'll get to it next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
I was born a donkey.
It's the donkey of the day.
Look at these donkeys. Bunch of jackasses. That's time for the donkey of the day.
That's pretty fun.
Charlamagne the devil?
Possible. The Breakfast Club.
Yes. Donkey of the day for Thursday, September 21st goes to Kenneth Petty. Kenneth Petty is the husband of the icon known as Nicki Minaj, but this is not about Nicki, y'all. This is us. This is about us, okay, as black men. And it's about us not wanting to let the childish ways of the streets go. Y'all do know, right, being a street nigga is not an actual occupation. There is not one single benefit you receive by being a street nigga, okay? There's no 401k. You don't get no health insurance. I have never in my life seen anyone be able to buy a house or any form of property because of street cred. But for some reason, we just continue to see so many people, so many men who have the opportunity and the access to do other things crash out because they still want to be in the street. Now, if you haven't heard, if you wasn't listening to Rumor Report all week and paying attention to the blogs and the news, then you probably missed Kenneth Petty incriminating himself by making threatening remarks to a specific individual, that individual being the rapper known as Offset, also known as husband of Cardi B. Now, we're going to play this ignorant ass video clip that went viral this week. In the video, you see Kenneth Petty and his gang outside of a New York hotel, allegedly where Offset was residing. But I don't see how Offset was in this hotel when millions of people were watching him live streaming with Kai Cenat. That's how you pronounce his name, Kai Cenat, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah, salute to Kai Cenat. I like that young man. But Offset and Kai had a sleepover in Atlanta. They were live streaming for 24 hours straight. They was having a grand old time smoking weed. I saw Offset making grilled cheese sandwiches. I think he was making grilled cheese. They was dancing, listening to music. They was doing what we all should be doing, and that's experiencing joy, having a good time, being happy. Meanwhile, Kenneth Petty and his crew were doing the total opposite of that. I refuse to believe that standing outside of a hotel in the middle of New York City, mean mugging a camera, sending death threats, makes you guys happy. In fact, I actually think you have to be pretty miserable to even project that kind of behavior. But let's listen to the video.
Big Queens.
Yeah, sturdy nigga. What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's
Money, man. What's up?
Yeah.
What's that, man?
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't know niggas. They said you don't know niggas.
Plan that vacation. Yeah. Planning your funeral.
Yeah.
Let's play. What's up?
We'll meet you there. They wanted to come at me at the VMAs, man. We ain't even do nothing to nobody, man.
What's poppin', man?
Huh? Yo, where you at? Where you at?
Guess what race it is?
Well, it's not fair. We know.
Niggas.
Yeah.
Niggas.
Bonnet black.
I was born in 1978. I remember a time when if you were doing dirt, it was a cardinal sin to speak on the phone about said dirt. That was a complete and utter no-no. Kenneth, I know you know this because we the same age, 45, Magnum, Colt, Trump, whatever, 45. So I know you know better. Maybe you don't, because nowadays these individuals have let the internet make them forget street rules. Because if you were still moving by the rules of the street, there would be no way in hell that you would be on the FBI's internet recording yourself in 4K threatening to kill someone. You told that man to plan his funeral on the FBI's internet, and you thought there wouldn't be any consequences and repercussions. Do you know how many people probably sent that video to law enforcement? Why? Because you're high profile. You're Nicki Minaj's husband. And that's one thing I want to say. Even if you don't respect yourself, respect your queen, respect who she is. You may not care about how this video impacts you, but you should care about how it impacts her. But maybe none of y'all care, professionally or personally. I just know as a husband and father, our job is to protect and provide. We can't do either one of those things if we tricking ourselves off the street. Because that's what this is. When you got on video and you incriminate yourself in this way, you tricking yourself off the street. I don't want to hear none of y'all street dudes talk about how much y'all hate snitching, because as soon as you or one of your partners pulls out these smartphones and decides to go live and record yourself saying these type of things and doing dirt, you have become an informant. And you're telling on yourself. And that's exactly what happened, because Kenneth Petty has been sentenced to 120 days of home detention after violating the terms of his probation because of that video. I got that right, Lauren?
Up to 120 days.
Up to 120 days. Okay. Well, whatever it is, Kenneth Petty, you've earned every bit of this. Simply because you cannot let the childish, destructive ways of the street go. 1 Corinthians 13:11 says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. My brothers, I cannot believe I'm saying this at 45 years old, but there's so many of us who have not left the childish ways of the streets alone, and I would love to know, what do y'all know that I don't? Okay, the streets have never done anything but led people to two places, jail or the mortuary. And my father always told me that if you don't change your lifestyle, you're going to end up in jail, dead, or broke sitting under the tree. Let's update my father's words in 2023. If you don't change your lifestyle, you're going to end up in jail, dead, or broke on somebody's social media page, recording yourself committing crimes, and that recording of you committing crimes will lead you to be in somebody's prison. Kenneth, you was already on probation. What part of law enforcement has social media too do you not understand? I said this earlier, and I'm serious. You know how they used to do ride-alongs with cops? Yep. I want to do a sit-along with police officers. And I want to sit and observe them observing this kind of stuff on social media. There has to be old detectives who can't believe that there are actually individuals doing their jobs for them. Smartphones in the hands of dumb niggas make law enforcement's job so easy, and I know they be laughing their ass off at our stupidity. I want to see it. I want to see old officers telling young officers how easy they got it, and they don't even have to do any real detective work, because that is what I know is happening, and we have nobody to blame but ourselves. I can't believe I have to say this, but for the record, the streets are corny. The streets are lame. We have years and years of data and evidence that shows us that acting like how Kenneth Petty is still acting at 45 will do nothing but lead us to jail or death. Who wants that? Kenneth, you are in a privileged position. You married a very successful woman. You have access to resources that nobody you came up with probably got. Okay, the only op you should know at 45 is opportunity. Okay, you and your family have the opportunity to break every single generational curse that has ever existed in your bloodline. You have the opportunity to actually show the hood a different way. If you can get dudes to stand out in the middle of New York with you looking for an op, then you can take those same dudes and create some type of business that provides them an opportunity to not make the same mistakes that you have made in your life. Okay, my brothers, I don't know how many ways to tell you, there is nothing to be gained from the streets. There is nothing to be gained from being hard, being tough. And when you know better, you do better. And we all have to know better, because we have too many examples that show us where those streets lead. So I'll leave you with this, Kenneth, and not just Kenneth, all you street dudes. Smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. Dumb niggas never learn at all. Which one do you choose to be? Let's all do better, black men, because I'm tired of this. Please let Remy Ma give Kenneth Petty the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
All right.
Ooh.
Did I say nigga too much?
Yep.
No. You did?
Couple. One or two was good, but he did like 7, 8.
Tell BET peace, and then we'll balance it out.
Oh, boy. BET. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. How you want to balance this out?
Talk about white people.
Let's go.
So what you want to do?
I thought you had something over there.
I mean, we did, but you talk. Where you want to go? White or relationship? Where you want to go?
Go relationship. Don't worry about me. Go relationship. Never mind.
Remind me to tell you about the love plane.
I don't want to know nothing about no love plane.
I'll tell you about that later. I'll tell you about that. Me and Loren will talk about that.
I'm cool.
We think it'll be a great thing.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Y'all going to Vegas?
Buzzmans.
This weekend.
Buzzmans?
Well, what do we call this?
Guzmans.
Guzmans. I call it Buzzmans.
First of all, dude, you better not. That's like forgetting your anniversary.
You're right.
What y'all talking
Bromance. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you about it later. The love plane. Just keep that in your mind. Love plane.
No.
All right. Now, let's talk about Love is Blind.
Yes. So, 2 Love is Blind stars are now separated, and this is insane. So, Jackie Bonds and Josh Demaz separated. Jackie posted this story and basically said in the video that she was asked by Josh to not speak to a certain ex. She didn't understand why that was necessary. Like, we're together, we're in love, we're making plans for our future.
What you got to be talking to your ex about? Y'all got kids together?
Listen, I don't know. She didn't go into detail about what the conversation was about, but she did say that Josh had asked her to not speak to this ex.
If y'all ain't got no kids, if y'all ain't got no business, what y'all talking about?
But let's open up the phone lines. Because
she decided to do it, and he broke up with her, and she said she begged for him to come back and everything, and they were making plans for the future together.
So 800-585-1051 is talking to your ex disrespectful in your relationship. Should you talk about it, and if you do, does that mean terms of breakup? Let's discuss.
I need to hear more about this king when we come back.
All right, we'll talk about it. 800-585-1051. Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is our guest host today, and we were talking Love is Blind. Now, what were we discussing?
So we are talking about the fact that 2 Love is Blind stars recently broke up. Jackie Bonds and Josh Demaz. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but they broke up because Jackie went and had a sit-down conversation with Josh's ex-fiance.
About what?
Her name is Monica Rodriguez, and on the show, basically they had a really bad breakup. Like, they were supposed to get married, it didn't happen. It was just not good. Now, she wanted to sit down with her to talk about it, and of course he felt uncomfortable about that, and he told her not to do it. She did it anyway, so he said, I'm good.
You know what's interesting? That's actually not a bad idea in relationships. Yeah, because it's like a reference, right? Like, if you're about to hire somebody for a job, You gonna go talk to their previous employer?
I mean, that was good to see what didn't work. What was wrong?
Yeah.
Did he cheat? Did he smell? What's the problem? What's the situation for her? But for him, it's foul.
No, I feel like because you're different and you're different with different people. Like what happened in their relationship and their engagement and why it didn't go forward might not happen in this one. So it's kind of like now you got these preconceived like notions of like what may or may not happen because of what I went through in the past. When you're dealing with me, she don't owe you anything.
And think about this: say you're dating somebody and you got a chance to talk to his ex, and you found out that he was a cheater or a scammer.
I wouldn't want to,
or an abuser.
I wouldn't want to. You know why? Because now I'm going into that relationship like, well, he cheated on the last one, he abused the last one.
Maybe that's something that you can look at, and you don't have to deal with your hurt and the thing that he's going to put you through.
You can pick up on certain red flags without having to know anything about an ex. That's why, honestly, like when people go and move to different states and go to college and meet people that's not where they're from, they enjoy it because you have no ties to any of the baggage before. Like why would you want that? If you happy, be happy.
If I had an opportunity to talk to Charlamagne's previous employer, right, and he would tell me that Charlamagne always flirts with him
4 times.
He flirts with his other coworkers.
That's never happened.
That he likes to hug them from the back. If I would have known that before, I don't know if I'd have worked with him.
First of all, that's never happened. Envy is projecting. Envy's talking about the things that he likes to do with me. Okay, that's never happened.
Lies.
But what I will say about this situation, all I really do here is a king who set a boundary, right?
Yeah.
And this woman didn't respect his boundary, and since she couldn't respect his boundary, he bounced. And my therapist would tell me to do the same thing to people. If you set a boundary and that person does not want to respect your boundary, you leave. My boundary is I don't want you talking to my ex.
I just hope he wasn't hiding something, and that's why he don't want her talking to the ex.
Or he could know. And doesn't want to badmouth the ex. He could know maybe the ex is bitter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying too. Yeah. On the other side of it, that's how I'm looking at it. Like I wouldn't want to go talk to your ex because if it didn't work out with y'all and it's not 100% like a good vibe, that's just gonna put a bad taste in my mouth.
That's real.
I don't want that. I want the reposado and all the red flags in the beginning.
Jesus Christ.
If you happy, be happy.
Loren loves reposado.
I see.
Yeah,
she said it 3 times.
What's the one you drinking? Was it?
Lobos. Yeah, shout out to the Lobos team.
All right.
Lobo. That's LeBron's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what's the question we're asking?
If you had an ex and you said to your new person, I don't want you communicating with that ex has reached out, wanted to sit down, have a conversation, clear the air, especially if there's no kids involved, would you allow your new significant other to sit down with your ex?
That is the question. We're gonna take some calls when we come back. Now that we cleared it up, 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. And your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne, the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about Love is Blind. What happened with Love is Blind? Let's break it down.
So Love is Blind, there is a couple. So there's Jackie and there's Josh. And they recently broke up because Jackie decided that she wanted to go and have a conversation with Josh's ex-fiance, who he was going to marry on the show, but didn't air. It didn't happen, of course, because he ended up with Jackie. And he asked her not to. She decided to go and do it anyway, and he said, nope, I'm good.
So the question is 800-585-1051. How would you feel if your girl talked to your ex? That's the question that we're asking. We have somebody on line 6 that actually watches the show. Courtney, you watch the show, Courtney?
I do.
And what's your thoughts, Courtney?
I believe that Jackie should have left Joshua alone from the beginning because he was a hot mess during the pod, part of their show.
Mm-hmm.
He was very childish, and I believe the ex that she's referring to is his ex, who was actually her friend at one point. On the reunion, if it's the same girl that they're talking about, I think she was trying to tell her, like, girl, I don't even know why you bothered. He's childish, and I agree.
It's
Monica. I don't think that
Monica.
she should have accepted the proposal. Monica? Okay. Yeah, I don't think she should have accepted the proposal from the original person she did, but she shouldn't have tried to get into a relationship with old boy.
Okay. Hello, who's this?
Hey, how you doing? This is Pedro.
Hey, what's up, Pedro? Talk to us. Why you say Pedro like that?
Hey, what up?
What's
Long
up,
Island, New York in the house.
How you know your essay? Pedro sound like a
You
black
are
name.
horrible.
Pedro, you black?
Nah, I'm Puerto Rican and Trinidadian.
Duh.
Well, Trinidadian. All right, Pedro, come on. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts right now, let's see. I've been married for 14 years, and the thing that I could say, I would never let my wife, speak to her ex, I have custody of my first son now, he's 19, and I don't even speak to his mother, 'cause I feel that is disrespectful,
Well, I guess
y'all talking about.
He's over 18, so I guess y'all don't really got to communicate like y'all probably did.
Right.
No, well, we didn't communicate when he was young either. I just felt disrespectful. If I'm talking to her about certain things that I'm not talking to my wife about, that's wrong. I just feel that is wrong. Especially if you're having a dinner, private dinner and all that, talking about things. And if you don't respect what I'm saying about, not talking to him, that means that you don't respect our marriage or our relationship.
So you raising your son now with your new wife, right? What if his mom reached out and said, hey, I want to sit down and have a conversation with her because I just want to, I don't know, just figure out where she's coming from and how she's raising my son or just anything. Would you allow them to sit down?
Oh, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be a type of communication between both of us, not just me. My wife is part of me, so that's my circle. Yeah. So if you want part of me, you got to have the whole circle, too.
All I hear is grown people having conversations, grown people setting boundaries. You either respect people's boundaries or you don't.
Yeah, in that situation, I don't have a problem with the baby. I don't have a problem talking about the baby, but our relationship, because like you said, if you talk to my ex might be lying. My ex might still want me back. My ex might be putting things in your mind that's going to hurt our relationship and not actually help. So I would have a problem with that.
See, I felt like that in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I don't watch Love is Blind, but I know that this is a big couple from the show because when Jackie did the TikTok video, I saw the reports everywhere. Mm-hmm. What is giving to me is like Monica reached out on some like, girl, forget what we went through. I just really want you. I don't want to see you go through that. And there might be some stuff that he might need to get together, and he don't want that. He wants her to be able to just, it's all butterflies and lies in the beginning. He wants to keep it there.
Oh, so they was cool, the two girls?
So I don't watch the show. That's what the caller said. I don't know, but it just seems like I do know from what I read that they're like, whatever happened and the reason why they didn't get married, it was a little bit messy, right? Mm-hmm. So if that is the case, and then they sit down, maybe it's not bitterness. What if she's just like, yo, I'm trying to pull homegirl up, like I want to, whatever. I still don't know if I would go down and go and have that sit down, because if I made my decision, especially if we're all on the same show or I've seen it, I know what I'm walking into.
Right. All right. Well, what's the moral of this story, if there is a moral?
Put people on the block list.
Jesus
then they
Christ.
can't call you. You can't have a conversation with somebody they block.
By the way, that's a boundary.
Right.
So what if that person gets another phone and calls you after they know you blocked them?
If you
they violating your boundaries.
That is a crazy ex. If she writes you on Cash App to sit down and talk to you about your man after she done blocked you, I probably would have that conversation because something going on if she had to go all the way to Cash App.
Yeah, she gotta tell me something.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear that. That's a crazy ex.
There's a body in the basement somewhere. All right. Well, we got rumors on the way. What we talking about in the rumors?
So coming up next in the rumors, we are going to be talking about Tim's and why the internet thinks she's pregnant by Future.
Okay.
What?
All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Where's my list?
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here.
Yes.
And let's get to the rumors.
Loren Lorosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute.
Move out the way. Tell made it. This is the Rumor Report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
Here we go. On the Breakfast Club.
Loren came in hot.
I came in telling the truth. So we're kicking off this set of rumors with a Brown Girl Grinding exclusive. So we dropped the podcast, Brown Girl Grinding with Loren Lorosa. You can get it everywhere. iHeart, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. But I sat down with Stephanie Donovan. She is the VP of Branded Content and Video at Essence. So Essence Magazine has this series on OWN. It's called The Time of Essence. This series is so fire, y'all. Like, it takes you from the 70s to today, and it breaks each episode of the series down into like different decades. Mm-hmm. And there's people from that decade that helped shape the magazine and create it. And they just talk about like all of the history and like just how Essence and like black media was like just thriving and just doing all this stuff. They talked about the Vanessa Williams time when they stood behind her with the cover. Mm-hmm. Just all these things. And I'm like, to hear all of this and know that people don't regard Essence in the way they should, it breaks my heart a little bit. I feel like the time's changing a little bit. But I asked Stephanie, hey, after watching this series, I feel like I need to correct people a little bit about Essence magazines and the Ebonies and everything that you guys, how y'all held us down. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't have a Shade Room. We wouldn't have a Hollywood Unlocked. We wouldn't have a lot of this media, right? But do you feel like, because celebrities drive the culture, we're in the Shade Room comments because the celebrities are there, things like that. Essence doesn't really get a lot of love from a lot of the celebrities. It's changing, but it's not as big as it should be. Do you feel like I feel? Do you agree with that? So this is what Stephanie said.
Turn your mic on.
It's twofold, right? I know that there is an outcry, especially when we're covering red carpets, right? There was a whole movement that Jason Lee started from Hollywood Unlocked of like, our black celebrities not prioritizing Essence or black-owned media when they're on the red carpets, and they're like beelining to People magazine or the other magazines because of the reach that they might have, where these are the outlets that were supporting them whether they were hot or not. So that's one side of it. But then there's also the side when we made the call to action for celebrities to come to the table to tell this story, there was no shortage of people that jumped at it. Like we have Halle Berry, we have Sheryl Lee Ralph, we have Oprah, we have Whoopi, like just Sunny Hostin, such great names that came out and jumped at the chance to help tell the story and the legacy of this.
I think Essence, and well, first of all, salute to Essence, Ebony, and Jet. Drop on the clues bombs for all three of them. Yeah,
please.
You're absolutely right. They paved the way for everything that we see now. But I think they're known for being print publications, and I think that they may have still been holding on to being print publications when the digital publications was rising. And I think a lot of these digital platforms just became what people go to now. That's all. So it's like Essence and Ebony and Jet. If they're trying to get in the digital game now, they're trying to catch up. You know, I'm not.
But the reason why I asked that is like, so before I told you guys about this series, had you heard about it?
No.
When I say it is so good, like everybody needs to go watch this. It will change your mind about the power that media has, that we have. Like, I just was like, why don't more people know about this? Why aren't they talking about it?
I think that's what's supposed to be happening, right? Like you need the platforms of today to pay homage to the platforms that came before them.
Facts.
Like, like the Essences, the Ebonies, the Jets. You got to do documentaries and stuff on these publications to let folks know what was.
But you said it right. It's times have changed.
Right.
So a lot of people go to news in different places. Like, a lot of younger individuals don't know what Essence is or don't know what Jet Magazine is or Ebony Magazine is because they go online and they follow the Shade Rooms, the Baller Alerts, the Hollywood Unlocks, and that's their publication. Same thing with the older generation, like my mom and dad is just getting into Netflix the last couple of years. But what was their thing? Blockbuster, because that's what they were on, So,
right. Well, yeah, make sure you guys go check out that.
I would love to see that.
It is called The Time of Essence on OWN. You can watch all the episodes. You can binge watch it. If you want to hear our interview, go and subscribe and download and rate the podcast, Brown Girl Grinding with Loren Lorosa. The visual of that interview will be dropping later today, but make sure you go check out the audio now.
I can't think of too many print publications that transition to digital and then people started following digital. I can think of one.
What's that?
What?
I don't want to say it because they're not black, but I can.
Oh, well, if they're not black, it don't count. We talking about black.
Because even like Source Magazine, like Source Magazine is not one that went.
I think People Magazine did a good job.
People Magazine did a good job.
Transition digital.
Double XL did pretty good too with the Double XL.
Double XL did an amazing job.
They did good. Double XL did good
because if you think about Source, All Hip Hop, like some of the other hip hop related Hip Hop DX.
Source didn't do that well.
No, they didn't.
No.
Double XL does a really good job of still trending.
Magazine, though.
Yeah, but like they kind of, to me, they fall in that like era of like you might not know them if you're not from a certain time or like certain, you know what I mean? Like no, you don't just know of them unless you are reading certain things or care about certain things or from a certain generation that cared about them.
You're right, and I'll tell you another thing. A lot of those .coms, making the transition to the social media pages because most of that stuff is Instagram now.
Correct. Right, we were just talking about social takes over. So speaking of social media, right now there is a rumor that is going around that Tim's is allegedly pregnant by Future. This all started from TikTok, y'all. There is no, I'm seeing no confirmed reports, anything like that. This started from a TikTok video and fans just went wild with it, which is insane to me.
And this is why the Essences and the Ebonies and the Jets and all the other print publications, the peoples can't keep up.
No, they can't keep up.
Because
by the time they print that story, we're on to another story.
They probably not going to print it because it's not real. But TikTok don't care and social media don't care. They
That's true too.
Throw anything out.
I want to know though, like, why do women just get like pitted with these men? Like, not no shade to Future, but it's like, why? Like, how did that even come about? Just because they did a song together?
No clue.
You told me that's what you wanted. You told me you wanted to be paired with somebody.
I didn't tell you I want to be paired with somebody.
You told me you wanted to be paired with somebody.
That's the problem with men in the world and women, especially black women. Y'all want to figure things out. Let us figure it out.
Me that,
I didn't tell you that.
You said I want to be seen with somebody, and I wanted to be a rumor.
Be seen with?
He is lying. I did not say that. I did not say that.
Say that.
How y'all know I don't got something going on and y'all messing it up right now?
I'm sorry, homie.
No, I really don't.
You'll know.
Listen, y'all got somebody outside the radio station I need to go out there and pose with?
That's exactly what she said to me earlier.
That's what she said?
No, I did not say that. And if I did, I would have stood on it right now because Run it up. So, but I didn't say that.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Up next is the People's Choice Mix. Loren Lorosa is here. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here. Now, don't forget, this weekend is the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Yes, it is.
I have a question. You know, usually every year when they do the iHeartRadio Music Festival, they have an outdoor event and then they have the indoor event. Are they doing the outdoor event this year?
I don't know nothing about the outdoor. Too hot for an outdoor. I don't know nothing about no outdoor in Vegas.
Just asking.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Loren, what
Yes.
you doing this weekend?
So I am going to be hanging out in Delaware at HBCU Week in Wilmington, Delaware, which I want everybody, you don't have to be from Wilmington, Delaware to support it. Come on down, get some tickets. Shout out to HBCU Week on Instagram. You can check out all the events there. They have a live conversation with Ben Crump happening today, a comedy show on Friday. But they raise so much money to send inner city students to college on full ride scholarship. Shout out to Ashley Christopher in the mayor's office of Delaware. That's something that I support wholeheartedly. And I'll be podcasting. Check out Brown Girl Grinder with Loren LaRosa, the podcast.
Word.
Everywhere you get your podcast from.
And listen, I want to salute Jess Hilarious, man. Jess will be in Cleveland, Ohio this Friday and Saturday at the Cleveland Improv. She got 2 shows each night. So go to clevelandimprov.com to go check out Jess Hilarious this weekend in Cleveland, okay? She'll be there Friday and Saturday night at the Cleveland Improv. 2 shows each night. Go to clevelandimprov.com to get your tickets.
What up, Jess? All right, now when we come back, we got the positive notice to Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
Yes, before we get into positive note, 2 things. Make sure you go to mentalwealthexpo.com and get more information on my 3rd annual Mental Wealth Expo, which is happening October 7th at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. It is my 3rd annual Mental Wealth Expo. It is a free event. It's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I bring together some of the best therapists and psychiatrists and mental health advocates and mental health experts just for a day of mental health education and healing, you know what I mean? So anybody looking to get started on their healing journey, October 7th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., Marriott Marquis, Times Square. Free event. Go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more information on that. And I got to salute Just Hilarious. Make sure Cleveland, Ohio, we are on in Cleveland. Go check her out this Friday and Saturday at the Cleveland Improv. We got 2 shows each night at the clevelandimprov.com, okay? Just Hilarious will be in Cleveland, Ohio this Friday and Saturday at the Cleveland Improv. 2 shows each night. Go to clevelandimprov.com for more info on that. Now, the positive note is this. And this positive note will bring you so much peace of mind for people out there who like to protect their peace and protect their energy. I want you to start telling people, as long as that makes sense to you, when they say stuff that don't make sense to you. Just simply say, as long as that makes sense to you, when they say stuff that don't make sense to you, I promise you, you'll protect your peace in a real way. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?